For me, I would feel more comfortable playing their draft.
Yeah, me too, because I'm in a weird place where Viper is, but with Liquid being so comfortable on the hero, I'd probably still, I guess, you know, lame, but yeah, I'd still probably go with them.
I'm going to go with Liquid, but I like Navi's draft better. Like, see, that makes more sense to me. Like, Fog just doesn't make any sense. Gods is totally right. You can choose Navi's draft, you can still pick the other team. Let's head into game number 1 of our second series of the day. Do enjoy this one. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Our panel certainly loves the Navi draft. Blitz, are you feeling the same? You like the Navi draft as well?
Oh, I'm a huge Navi fan, so I think that...
I know. You are all about Navi all day and night. He actually couldn't stop talking about him yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
I actually, like, all jokes aside, I think that I'm okay with Navi's draft.
Okay.
I think that Batrider is a very cool hero in this meta.
Yeah.
And I think that the more that I see him, the more useful that he gets for me.
You had a lot to say about him for that EG series that we just saw. Sumail had a very successful Batrider.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about Batrider in a vacuum, and I'm thinking about this hero, like, when you pick these single core Svens, and you don't have the accompanying 2 cores, and especially because nobody picks these save heroes anymore, like nobody's taking Oracle or Venge or anything like that, so it strengthens that hero on top of that. And when you have the single core kind of lineup where your entire lineup is based on like this one core being very strong, then it's almost like an auto win, because the Batrider's job is very easy, right? He just always picks up this one guy. No matter how late the game goes, you'll win the team fight as a result of that.
Okay, but isn't that a little bit opposite of what we're seeing here? Team Liquid have 3 different cores that all kind of scale the same. None of them are the hard carry by any means, but all of them are kind of like mid-game-ish carries.
Precisely, and that's why I wanted to bring up Batrider. When we were looking at the draft, the viewers, I was like, ask me about Batrider, because I think it's so cool, because the counter to that is you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay. You want to make sure, like, if you don't have that saving support, because those heroes are pretty bad right now, Oracle and Venge. Like, anybody that plays any high-level pubs will tell you, like, those heroes feel so low gain effective. And so you can't really pick those heroes. Like, the only other hero that is kind of okay-ish is, like, you could take, like, Disruptor or SD, but you can't really open those heroes, especially if it's a 4th pick bat. And so you're forced into a position where you have to put more of a spread on your cores.
Okay, but so in this case, though, you still like Navi's draft more, despite the fact that you feel like the Batrider is a bit countered by the fact that Team Liquid do have 3 equal cores in this regard. So what is it about Navi's draft that you're okay with?
I think it's easier for them to move around and get kills. I feel like Dendi should have a very good game in this game. Like, he can play very mobile, and the amount of catch on the side of Liquid is going to be a little bit limited. So for me, when I'm looking at this draft, it's really contingent on how well Mind Control can do, because he's going to need to be a playmaker for Liquid, and he has to be very active, whereas I feel like it's a bit easier for Roger to play this game, which is why we see
What is this gank? Liquid, they smoke up at the Bounty Rune earlier, and we actually have all 3 of them just sitting on top of mid. They get the early first blood, and then go ahead and TP into the safe lane. What a clown. I mean, like, you don't really miss anything. I don't think Miracle missed a CS. He got it.
The funniest part, though, was like, okay, the reason why I think he does that as well is because he knows that the top camp is going to get pulled.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't need to be there.
Yeah, whatever.
It's like, whatever. But the funniest part was, like, I don't think they expected that to be,
I mean, if
a chat. I thought they thought they were going to get Dendi.
Yeah. If they had the supports to stop a Batrider, do you think they wouldn't have made that kind of play, right?
Probably.
It's the fact that they don't have the way to be able to stop this pulse, so.
I mean, Gyro's okay, because if you flak hit or if you rocket barrage, no matter what, you'll get the hits off on the Batrider.
Yeah.
But there's not enough of kill potential, I think, to scare him, because he can always Firefly away, and especially on that side of the map, you can just go to the left and you're unclickable.
Yeah.
When you go over that like little tree bend, everyone knows what I'm talking about there, right?
GH. Using telekinesis here is actually going to be blocked out by the ice shards. Really good placement there from Roger, but unfortunately,
he misturned.
We did not land.
I don't think it matters. Like, he probably lives, but it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wouldn't have mattered. GH would have lived in.
Because GH got like really good.
How about that?
Telekinesis pullback. Roger. Body blocked heavily here from the top of man, making sure. Oh, what a beautiful ice shards. Now GH may still be able to get over the cliff, but he's barely out of range.
Oh.
Well played.
Damn, Roger's so good.
And this is why we're seeing Snake on the Enchantress and Roger, the top.
Oh my god, that was so. That's like such quick thinking.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was like the biggest smile on it. I'm a big fan of that. That was cool. There was like the outplay on it. That was like the third level. First Liquid outplays him by getting the body blocks, and all that for nothing. And then he knows that the TP range, the Rubik doesn't have the range for that. Oh, that's cool.
Pretty high level Dota going
Plus
on
he
here
blocks
in first
the
game.
Viper in so he can get the chase. Roger's such a beast. Remember his Kunkka at DreamHack? Like he solo won Navi the game.
Yeah.
Guy's a monster.
Top lane, they're actually trying for it with the Enchantress now. The Witch Doctor does cause some issues for any Enchantress gank with a Paralyzing Cast. Nice play from Seneko, just denying his own creep, making sure Miracle doesn't get any bounty out of that.
Yeah. And Navi is one of those teams that like plays the double form or something similar to that anyways.
Yeah, it's just heavy double running. Matamba Man is not going to be living for long. I like the fact that we did play that pretty far back on the SF, just making sure we weren't going to trade that out.
Yeah.
Go 1-for-1. You could definitely see that Matamba Man wanted to make that trade out.
Yeah, he knew his life was over at that point. You might as well go for it. But speaking more about Liquid, I think that Gyro's having an okay game. Like it's harder for him to die as well. Like decent stats. He already has 10 magic stick charges. I don't know if Navi makes any sort of play up there. And they're still doing a decent job of limiting the amount of CS that Dendi's having. It doesn't matter as much though because Viper is known as a lane dominator, whereas SF is a hero that flash farms, especially in this meta, very, very quickly.
And it feels like we actually were talking about SF. We both kind of felt like the hero is incredibly strong, particularly in pubs, but even in pro games we see the strength of the hero just always being able to farm, can go into late game really well, has multiple very versatile builds to be able to employ depending on what the game requires.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a stretch to say that I think Liquid's the better team, but when people said like Liquid's the better team, but they like Navi's draft, like Navi's draft seems to fulfill like the basics of what's needed in a good draft. They have good lane shove, they have good team fight, they have the ability to scale, they have good playmaking.
I think Seneko, I'm not wrong there, he threw both rock shards right at the same time. That doubling up may have actually cost him a kill.
My man mid again. They're gonna get GH.
Well. He's gonna die as well. Yeah.
He's trying to give it to Dendi.
Yeah.
Nice. They won the dual lane. It's like I said though, it's hard to kill Miracle. Like, he's got a bunch of stick charges. You're not gonna commit to it. He's just gonna get rocket off and run away anyways.
Yeah, he's actually going no levels of Flat Cannon here and just all in on that laning phase presence of the rocket barrage as well as the missiles.
4 stones.
4 stones being thrown down.
Wait, was it like when they cast the first stone?
Radiant's bottom
He who would, without saying, cast the first stone.
Well, he cast a lot of those.
He's an absolute flawless player apparently.
Is there any stacks in Ancients for Liquid?
None for Navi. Liquid, none.
Okay.
I mean, the supports have been too busy, it seems like, with this double roaming pressure coming out from Navi, combined with the fact that they have very strong laners between the Bat Rider, Razor, and the SF. This is just seeming like a struggle for Liquid to keep up the laning phase.
I think it's difficult because normally when you have this dual lane mid, especially when you're on dire side, it's very easy to stack the Ancients, and you have a bunch of heroes that can clear them. The Gyrocopter can do it, the DK can do it.
Viper is actually not terrible at doing it either.
Yeah, I mean, you just get your passive, or not your passive, the new Nether Toxin, yeah. But the fact that they weren't able to stack at all is a little bit concerning for me.
They're gonna get an easy kill here on the Enchantress, and they do have the missile onto General as well, so they can still pursue with the Maledict. They can get some decent damage on him, but certainly not enough to really threaten him.
He's getting a little bit low.
Yeah, maybe. GH just keeps on laying onto him, and it looks like that Fate Bolt was going to be enough. At the same time, though, they killed Matamba Man again. I know Matamba Man, sacrificial core and all that. We talked a lot about that for Team Liquid, winning TI. That was a big part of their playstyle, but it feels like, especially on a Viper, you can't be sacrificed this much, right?
Dude, I'm looking right now at a level 7 Razor versus a level 4 DK. It's so rough. It's rough out there. All right, how do you live here, Roger?
All right, he snowballs onto GH, trying to get a little bit farther away from Matamba Man. He does have the backup of Seneko, actually blocking GH in long enough for Dendi to be able to come up and clean up that kill. Not only does he live, managed to get a kill on Liquid.
It's really rough. And they can leave this one-on-one. Like, Crystallis can't die in this. He's got 1,000 HP. Even if both supports rotate in, I don't think they can get the kill on him. And they realize that, so they're playing very greedy on the opposite sides of the map. They're putting a lot of pressure on the safe lane. They're putting a lot of pressure on mid. Because they know that this is a dead hero for them. Like, this is a hero that doesn't require help, and on top of that, he can't die. So it's an ideal situation for them. Whereas this Gyrocopter needs help.
You've routinely told me that in this patch, if you lose all 3 lanes, it's like all but guaranteed that you pretty much lose the game here. How does Liquid come back into this? Particularly since it's not like their lineup's greedy in the fact that they have 3 different cores that all need to scale, but it's not like they have a hard carry, right?
I mean, I think Gyro is going to be a beast in this game.
Okay.
They just don't have a save for him, and the more that the other 2 lanes get slowed down, it kind of just hurts your overall game flow, right?
Top of man, beautiful body blocking here from Roger, plus the ensnare coming down from the Enchantress. Not going to be enough though, as the Top of man is going to be able to live through that barely. Denny's actually going to have the paralyzing cast bounce back to him, and Miracle closing the distance there. They even got the extra poison out from Top of man, make sure to slow him down. Double kill from Miracle. What a good rotation. They needed something like that because this laning phase was not going so hot for Liquid. They needed something to offset all of that.
That's so unlucky. Did you see that? Like, if the cast goes to the left and he's like half a pixel away, then SF doesn't die there.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say, believe it or not, that I think Liquid does this weird thing where when they know they're behind, they just 5-man.
Yeah.
Because that's their bread and butter, right? They just out-team fight other teams. That's kind of what they do. When you think of Liquid and you think of these like crazy comebacks, the reason why it'll...
Get the shards! Oh, good try.
That was cute, but...
Oh, get ancient denied.
Okay, that would have been Roger. But the way that they make these comebacks often, like when you historically think about them, it's because they're willing to 5-man before a lot of other teams are.
Yeah, even when they were running like these like here in this game, they already have such big team fight heroes that they would have even more incentive to 5-man, but they would do that kind of 5-man with like heroes like Lone Druid at 10 minutes in, and you were just like, that hero's not supposed to do that, but they would do it anyway.
Yeah, that's oftentimes the way back in as...
This is all looking so good, but Telekinesis top back really slowed down that damage on him a tough man. And it looks like he had a lot of more charges.
Look at that cast keep goes over.
Oh, and Deja Vu. Apparently we're going to have another snowball into the mid lane, but this one looks a little bit better for Navi. They shouldn't have any troubles just being able to kill Kuro, as they've already killed Matumba Man, and there's no rotations coming out from Liquid. So Navi strike back in the mid lane.
Do we get a replay of that one? Can we just keep going back?
We just keep going replays and then fresh snowballs?
Eventually we'll catch up. This bottom tower though is going to get taken.
General is hoping to be able to snag the Dragon Knight. But at the same time, they've left mid. Miracle knows that. He's been waiting this whole entire time to wrap around behind them. They're going to have the opportunity to get that call down now. Denji taking a lot of magic damage already. He's extremely slowed down. Does have the Maledicte on him, so he should end up dying here. Kill ends up going to Kuro.
Now there's 5 heroes mid for Liquid again.
Yeah, they brought Mind Control, who still had his dragon form, so despite being denied that safe lane tower, he's going to get an even more important one, mid-tier 1.
Yeah, that's massive. And Navi, I mean, they over-rotated and kind of outthought themselves there, but this is often how Liquid comes back into these games, is like these improbable 5-mans where you just don't expect it. They do it a lot faster than some teams. And it just kind of keeps you off your pace. Because Navi, the thing about them and what keeps them like consistent is they're a pace-setting team. Yeah, the man gonna die.
Beautiful setup once again. Man, the patience there. Just holding on to the invis, knowing he was going to get into some sort of clutch scenario.
Yeah, they're still getting kills though on the other side. And this Gyro Conqueror is getting really farmed. Like if it wasn't for that, he's 6-0-2 right now. If it wasn't for that, like Navi would be winning this game. But they're just like consistently committing him to fights. And Miracle's reading the situation.
Top tower is under attack.
Okay, so this is the mid time that he died.
Radiant structures
If he dies again, like while we were in the replay, she's so sad.
Is there something besides the over rotation? Is there something else that Navi's doing wrong? Because they should have had a bit of an advantage from their laning phase when. Are they just not? Is it they just not reading the fact that Liquid is willing to 5-man?
Liquid's going for these 5-mans. And
did he actually just push himself a little bit farther with the ice shards? So, man, that's brilliant.
General's gonna go down as look again. Like it's the fact that they're willing to commit all 3 cores to one area, and Navi's not. And so Navi is consistently just getting picked off. As alright, he's really good at that, but that Navi didn't matter.
They still have the playmaking supports.
Yeah.
It seems so. Even though they're showing 3 cores in one lane, they can still actually do something with their 2 supports.
Like that's kind of the power of Liquid, is that all 3 cores are so self-sacrificial. They don't really care about the individual farm, that they're willing to show for each other. And Navi's now trying to do that. You notice that SF is in the same lane as Crystallized, but it's just like they're like half a beat slower.
Yeah.
They're trying to read the game right now, and they're realizing like, okay, Navi's like, okay, we're actually just getting 5-man like crazy, and we're blowing our advantage that we had from the laning phase. So now we need to do this, but if you're the team doing it half a second later, then you're usually losing a hero or two.
Yeah,
like,
you're
getting
just
to that
actually
point.
falling behind. It really does seem like pace is a really big important part of the game.
Yeah.
And once you started getting out of pace, just like nothing works for you. It just seems like everything turns into disaster.
Yeah. So if you look at Mind Control, we talked about how he had to have a good game.
Okay.
If you notice, and he has to be the trendsetter, right, for his team? Setter. So he gets Blink Dagger first, and he's just going to run around trying to set up for kills.
They didn't really have an initiator on their team. Kind of awkward, this tri-core setup that we keep on seeing in Dota. But if you can turn a hero like Dragonite into an initiator for you,
Yeah.
I guess that works.
For Navi to kind of like be cleaner in this game right now, they have to be prepared for this like liquid aggression. Because the two ways I think to deal with a team like Navi is you either have to match their pace, or like Complexity does, for example.
Yeah.
Or you have to flat out avoid fights at all costs, like, and you just split them around the map repeat.
Okay. Does Liquid keep on staying the 5-man? If they see Navi doing the same thing, right? Like, do they then switch it up? Like, okay, now we're going to play a little bit more split push now that you're trying to 5-man. Or do you think they just fight? With this kind of lineup, it feels like they should just fight,
For Navi?
right? For Liquid.
For Liquid, I think Liquid just keeps fighting. You have a Viper that has nothing. You have to commit to something.
They're going to pop the glyph here, see if Liquid make this rotation, save their mid-tier 1 tower, or if they just keep on going for this push. It looks like they've got
They have a
several
ward
heroes.
behind the tower. They should all in for this tower. And if I'm Liquid, I would try to fight this one.
Navi's already going to find the initiation. They're going to try and get an easy kill onto GH before the rest of Liquid can be here. But it takes a little while, and now Mind Control's here, looking for the opening, unable to get onto the SF. A little bit farther down, we do a Curling, a lot of damage into that Razor. Crystalline, he's definitely going down, especially the homing missile chasing him down. Should be enough to be able to get that kill. Batrider is able to fly over the river and keep himself alive. Our SF did not go down. That perilous situation up against Dragonite, but neither did Mind Control. So in the end, Liquid do end up defending their tower pretty well and netting themselves a great team fight.
Yeah, that's a tower that you absolutely don't. It's a weird decision-making process because I'm okay with both sides, like the move that they made.
Yeah.
Navi has a ward behind the tower. They only see GH there. That's a fight that they commit for. But at the same time, they're not as strong in the 5-man department, and so Liquid knows that, and they're going to take advantage of that and take the fight anyways.
Right.
So it's complicated in that regard.
You know what's really cool about this Dragonite core that I keep on seeing is that every single time Mind Control's the one who keeps on pushing the towers, and he'll be the one person who team needs to defend while the rest of his team actually makes the rotation. So he's simultaneously threatening the side lane while still being able to use that Dragon team like nice.
No.
Roger.
Alright, so like for every cool shards that I see him hit, I see him hit one of those.
Smoke up here, but that has definitely been spotted.
Yeah,
A little bit surprised Liquid don't have a sentry to D-ward they smoke.
But Navi, I think they just avoid, right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't get
Just
caught by
run
this.
away.
Just run to the south side of the map. Like go.
Play on your high ground in
Yeah.
the jungle area. If they run into you, then
I'd be pretty surprised if Navi. That'd be really greedy if they died to this.
Yeah.
Like they should just get on their own high ground and chill, which is exactly what they're gonna do. So good discipline.
Dire's bottom tower is
And
under
now
attack.
Liquid, they're still smoked out.
Radiant's top
you're speaking a
tower
little
is
bit too
falling.
soon.
Nah, they
They're
should
gonna
know for
get
sure.
greedy.
Like look at Roger. His
Yeah, I mean,
positioning's perfect.
And they also know the smoke is worn out. And they're actually going to smoke themselves here and see if they can actually
Dire's bottom
contest
tower is under
next to their
attack.
shrine. Is their shrine activatable? This could be a really good fight. Okay, it's not, but still,
Starflight up.
they can get the
can give it
initiation
some
here.
again.
Right as Liquid's breaking up hard, they're going to go for the Viper first. A tough kill to get immediately, but they do have the pure damage coming out from Seneko and the heavy physical damage out from the Razor. GH is also going to be dying inside as he attempted to keep on pushing out that top lane, meaning he will be another victim to Navi's smoke gank. Very successful one at that. Navi can turn it into a mid-tower push.
Yeah. Now you get the tower for free. It's very nice. Then he doesn't have the Yule Scepter quite, so doesn't get the setup. But Navi read that very well. Obviously, they saw the smoke. They thought about their decision-making process. They thought to themselves, okay, we're a little bit too late to take this fight, but what if we meet back up, then surprise them? They were a little bit faster than Liquid. And for like, feels like the 9th time they've killed poor Matama Man. How many deaths does Finnish Boy have?
Oh my god, 0-6 and 6. Oh no. I like the fact that he's got a Helmet Dominator though. That certainly has got to help him
It
out
makes
a
him
little
look
bit.
slightly more rich. Like,
I was thinking of the fact that he could be like, you killed me, but my neutral creep is still farming.
As long as the neutral is pushing out the wave. You guys know me and pushing out waves.
Yeah.
It's an ideal situation. The wolf lives on. That's so sad. Because you're Viper, like, what are you supposed to do to come back?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot this hero can do.
I'd like to see both teams. I think the first Roshan will matter a lot for especially Liquid. Because if you get it on the gyrocopter, we talked about how now gyro is a little bit more important to this.
Sure.
Because the Viper is really... Like, if Viper wasn't 0 and 6, then it would be a lot more complicated for Navi to play this game.
Yeah, we're talking about core game is pretty much Miracle and mind control against the world, right? Like, there's no Matumba Man in this equation.
Matumba Man does not exist.
Matumba Man is the frontline, like, the guy who just dies.
Again, dog.
Yeah,
Like,
he poisons everyone by dying first.
yeah, Matumba Man's like, haha, you've activated my trap card.
Corrosive
I've died again.
skin.
You fools, your blinks are disabled. This is what I wanted. They're gonna
So in that case, Navi's perspective on a team fight, they shouldn't activate that trap card, right? We should be looking for General to grab somebody else.
Yeah, like, all jokes aside, like, they should be trying to go onto this gyrocopter, and that's why you saw Miracle build something more defensive, because when you go for the initial jump as a Batrider, and if Miracle's faster, and this is what Miracle's known for, right, is reaction time. If he gets the Hurricane Peg off on the Batrider as he comes in, the fight's blown wide open.
Yeah, you're completely screwed.
Yeah, you actually just, the fight is pretty much over. Navi has to disengage at that point. So he goes for an item like that, which shows you that he understands how this game has kind of switched a little.
But why that as opposed to, like, say a BKB, where it would still kind of be the same purpose, where he may be grabbed, but they're not going to be able to burst him down.
I think they kill. With like
really?
Enchantress, like, just like chuck.
I guess I got the pure damage. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna do a lot.
Yeah. I was just thinking SF is primarily magic right now, and Razor's damage is obviously slow.
Yeah, they still do a lot of right click. Plus, I think Miracle's just like cool outplay territory.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you ever have those players when you were coaching? You just like, that's who they were, and you wanted to, like, you guys just had to encourage that in a way?
Yeah, it's like Weehaw. He's just, you know, Weehaw was gonna be Weehaw no matter what. And we used to butt heads over that a lot, but it wasn't ever a bad thing. Also, mind control used to be like that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you would get in arguments with him, but like in a constructive way, because he only ever wanted to get better at Dota. It's a bit different.
Great power of the Enchantress support. Easy pushing power. Just being able to steal the enemy siege wagon.
That's a really nice tower for the trap, because they're just getting traded out anyways.
Yeah.
Luka's going bottom.
And they're doing it with the support, so their cores can go into farming things. Or in this case, looks like maybe Roshan. They're also TPing back at the same time.
That Roshan is really important for Navi to force.
They are really trying for it.
Yeah, we talked about how this gyrocopter needs it really bad. Like, for Liquid to not get a hold of this, they don't have enough initiation. It's like
they better hurry the hell up.
Yeah, they need to 3K. He's doing the Shadow Race thing. He's got 9 stacks 10.
Liquid is almost there. They've got a haste rune on Miracle. Oh no.
This SF has Arcane Rune. He's gonna
It's
kill
gonna
it
be
fast.
disastrous. They've already lost the Enchantress, but it's sacrificial death to make sure they do manage to pick up the Aegis. Crystallize does have the Force Staff up in time to be able to get out of the pit. Liquid are not going to be able to find that big team fight that they're hoping for.
Arcane Rune SF. Oh. So I guess nobody wins.
No, it's just me and you.
Everyone DC'd. Okay, now everyone's back in. At least we get to see everything. So we're gonna get a replay of. So it was. He did have Arcane Rune. I was like, how does he?
Yeah, he was just raise. Yeah.
That's the cool thing about this, like, Magic SF though.
Yep.
Just like always scale. Oh.
It's pretty interesting how over the last like year and a half, 2 years, had these magic damage scaling into late game so well.
Yeah, like
you know, it used to be. It was kind of like the thing about Dota, right? Is that like magic damage just won't scale as well until.
It's more like if you have heroes that can play mobile enough, then you can do it.
Yeah.
Ooh, this was the...
And that all started, do you think, was it the start of Lina?
Lina was pretty cool.
Because I feel like that was the first like really big magic damage carry that was like super mobile.
If you had asked me like 3 years ago, like what hero would I see, I would not say Lina. Wait, did Lina come before or after the Mirana Ags thing?
Definitely before.
Because the Mirana, then it was the Mirana Ags.
Yeah.
And then it just like, it kept evolving there. But if you think about it, like the core thing that links these heroes is that they all have like mobility. Like Mirana has leap, Lina has incredible move speed. Is Denny just gonna lose the Aegis?
Apparently. How did they know he was here? I saw them running back to mid.
Wow. That's fantastic for Liquid. They're gonna be really happy about that.
Yeah, certainly. They've got a BKB finished up for the Dragonite. They can actually have like, they get another pick off like that, they could go high ground with this Dragonite.
Yeah, that's... For Navi, like, that was a really important Aegis. Kill that Shadow Fiend twice. In fights would be a little bit hard, because you have this one form of lockdown in this DK.
And we thought they just managed to take the Roche and get out, but looks like they still got caught.
The sprites are with us.
But yeah, for SF, well, I mean, he just moves around at like maximum speed with drums. That counts as mobility too when you're wasted.
Yeah, we were having this conversation, like, why get Blink on that hero
when
when you're moving max movement speed?
You always have Blink. Well, that Dragonite's really farmed now.
Yeah, he's become a problem. The top of man. This is violence.
Whatever, man. Joke's on you guys. Corrosive skin.
Just wait till my big brother Miracle hears about this.
Get him, dude.
13 to 15. It is a 3,000 gold lead right now for Liquid, so not that big. Do you think that Liquid's lineup outscales Navi? I don't think it does.
I think it does. I think their Tricore is a bit better.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once they get all the items.
I guess I was just thinking the fact I thought SF is a little bit better than most of these heroes. They've got Bat Rider who's such good initiation in the late game, and then Enchantress will scale into it as well.
I think when it comes to, if it's like everyone 6-slotted, then maybe Navi's. But I don't think it doesn't want that.
So you feel like despite losing this Aegis, the pressure is still on Navi to maybe not force this game to a conclusion, but still be on the aggression.
I don't know. It's weird because I think that Bat Rider is very, very strong in this game.
Yeah.
Like once is he getting a BKB? He should get a BKB then.
No, Blink initiation telekinesis coming out from
They
GH.
might just go high ground here.
You take off like that? Sure. No,
They don't have Viper, but like, no offense, but
look at the top of man building up blade mail.
I love you, but
he's like, now it's not just corrosive skin, it's blade mail as well.
Okay, so when I'm just saying it right now, like if you build like that, you don't like the enemy team. You're not super happy about the direction that this game has gone for your personal goals.
You are literally just playing for as much damage output for your death as possible.
Yeah, it's
every 5 points of damage I take, you will take one.
It's like you know when people try to eat your fries and you just like lick them out of spite and you ruin it.
I don't know that because I don't do that.
I mean, I don't do that either, but I read some people do.
No, I know you definitely do. I know you love
anyways,
your fries.
I read some people that definitely do that, and when people do that, you know, it's like you're just ruining it so nobody has a good time. So that's what Teleman's, he's licking the proverbial fry. Because come on, man, like he's died. He has 7 deaths. He's only been a part of 8 of his team's kills. Like, and I think all of those kills that he's been a part of is when like he gets caught on and the corrosive.
Yeah. Snowball gonna come out from Roger here, but there is gonna be the call down out from. They actually grab to the gyrocopter. Maybe they can get the damage to burst him down, but they're just not getting it fast enough. They actually get stunned up too much by the telekinesis. But a block out for the Ice Shards. That's beautiful. See if they can run down Miracle here. It's so important for them to lay the damage into it, but Dendy just couldn't get into a position. Mike put himself forward to be able to stop that crystallize. He's gonna end up going down to Matamba Man, and Dendy is on the retreat. But again, You do have GH keeping pace with that Blink Dagger. Step by step, Roger finally does end up going down. And Snako drops as well from the Matumba Man, but it does allow Dendy to be able to escape.
I need a replay of that for sure.
That was really frantic.
Thought that
all over the
Navi
place team fight.
was going to win that fight almost assured. They got Liquid quite low. Liquid had used a lot of their escapes. Like Miracle had committed already to the Force, and they shrined to full.
Yeah.
So all of Liquid was like half HP, or what looked like it. And it looked like Navi was just going to crush that fight.
I think one big thing is I noticed mind control. I'm not sure if he blinked or he was just able to run over, but he, when we had that ice shards blocking in Miracle, he put himself on that ass.
Okay.
And he went ahead and stunned him, take away a lot of their damage. They're going to be able to find General here, and this is now potentially Navi crumbling as they're going to lose their tier 3 and are still going to have to take a 4 versus 5 if they want to protect their racks, and that just doesn't seem possible.
Yeah. So at this point, I mean, Liquid is in a pretty dominant position. If you can win fights like that, with Matumba Man like kind of edged himself into that fight. He's like, "Hello guys, still here," but
still viable.
The funny thing is they're just ignoring him now. These fights, they're just all in on Miracle.
Yeah.
And the fact that they couldn't kill Miracle was the big problem. If you kill Miracle there, then the fight probably looks a little bit different.
And he's so stats heavy too. Look at him sitting at 2k HP without having strength treads on, which I'm sure.
He's almost got, he'll have BKB now for the next fight too. And at that point, he's very, very strong.
So they have to get a really good initiation from that Bat Rider and isolate that Gyrocopter, potentially get chain stun in there as well.
What does the Razor have? I don't know. He needs BKB so bad. You saw in that fight, like he got blown up, he got stunned, and I think the majority of the death ward was on him.
Yeah.
During that time period, so your hood doesn't do too much there.
And Matumba Man. And don't forget him.
Never forget
He
Bo3.
gave him Viper Strike.
Yeah, he's.
I was about to say, I was going to say, do you just go to Yags, right? Because at this point, like,
just be
like,
as unfun as possible. Plus, look at that +6 corrosive skin stats.
Yeah, he's gonna get the +100 Viper Strike DPS as well. He's given up on right-clicking people. Nether Toxin silences.
The job.
Anybody ever done that?
He's pivoting, man.
Yeah.
Just keep pivoting. Oh, dude, look at his score now. 4-7. We can make these jokes because they're winning, but at some point it was pretty sad. Navi made this like conscious effort to only kill him, and Miracle went untouched the entire game, and now Miracle is grown up. He's strong enough now to protect. His 8 kills, like, at some point, there's like this thing, you know, where you're a mid laner and you die like 10 times, where you just don't really care because the amount of gold that they get is not worth it anymore.
It's the 5 position complex, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, I care.
I need to rewatch this game because I don't know how the DK caught up either. Remember, Mind Control was like 4 levels behind the Razor, and now he's got like the second most farm on his team.
I mean, the big thing is that Razor can't stay in a lane forever, right?
Yeah.
So he had to rotate out as soon as he did.
Mind Control just kept moving around every time he had DK more. Oh, here's the jump.
Oh, that's a big for BKB. They're going to lose that ultimate. So much damage. They almost brought down Miracle, but still not enough. Now he gets off BKB and all that magic damage is going to be for naught. Miracle is unstoppable in this team fight. With just half HP, they can't turn on him. Can't put any physical damage onto him. They take down 2. They only pick up the Rubik there. Now they find the extra initiation. They manage to jump onto the Bat Rider. Miracle chasing him down with the Rocket Barrage. The cast just keeps on bouncing. Beyond godlike triple goal for Miracle. See if they can make it a quad kill.
Mind Control takes that one, but Navi on the back foot. They're going to call GG. 29 minutes into the game, 16k gold lead is what Liquid ends with, 25-14. But fairly straightforward game. I mean, it looked a little bit weird from the laning phase, but after that,
yeah. Some of the a little bit awkward team fights. It's just, so it's again, it just comes down to